Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. And if you guys have already been subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for subscribing. Today is a super exciting video. We're going to test a new brand out, and the brand name is called Half Caked. And these are their candy paint, cheek and lip tint. I picked out 5 of them because I really wanted to test out different kind of products that they have in the line. It just kept super intriguing me. I found this brand out from Juicy Jazz here on YouTube, and I was super excited. She was raving about these products, and these are all cream products. So I was super intrigued. You guys know how much I love my cream products. So that's exactly what we are going to do today. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video. I think there's a super sweet thing that they did when I placed the order. So this is the billing that comes with the packaging and stuff. And they sent like a handwritten thank you with it. I don't know if you can see it or not. I mean, that made my day. Who does that? Nobody does that. I mean, I just loved that. The day was not great, but as soon as I saw that, it just made my day. You know, little things in life that makes a big difference. That's what it was. So by the way, on my eyes, I do have Nomad's Tuscana palette. I will link the video it's here, in the iCards above, so that you guys can check it out. I think this was for a review for Huda Beauty's new bronzer that came out. So I'll link it above. Let's move on. Let me show you the packaging. So the look of these packaging is more like kid makeup, and that's what was not like interesting me to go towards that brand. But since I heard the quality of the product is really good, I definitely wanted to, give it a try. This is definitely not the packaging that I prefer. This really looks like kids makeup to me. And the actual product is in this heart-shaped packaging. Yeah, it is cute and stuff, but that's really not my aesthetic. I would have preferred if this product was in like the Tower 28 clear acrylic kind of a packaging. I would have loved that. So what I mean by that is, rather than this packaging, if you give more of like a sleek, where you can see the product and not just have hearts stacked in your collection, you might not agree with me, and I'm totally okay with that because I have a lot of blushes and I would love to see the blushes rather than just getting the name on the back. It would be hard for me to stack my products if you have a lot of products, So that's the only thing, because it's not flat. This is much more flat. It's easy. It's sleek. I would definitely recommend that. Anyways, let's apply this product and see how it looks. So the bronzer comes in this purple pink kind of a packaging, and the blush comes in more of this, pinky yellow kind of a packaging. And similarly, the blushes come in this pink heart-shaped packaging, and the bronzers come in this purple heart-shaped packaging. And I will give you the close-up of all the products that I'm going to use today. So what I picked up is, I picked up a contour shade, which would be Coolness for me. So this is defined as a medium toned, cool toned bronzer. This comes in the bronzer category. So this would be my contour shade. And for the actual bronzer shade, I picked up the shade called North Shore, which is defined as a deep, warm toned brown bronzer. All of them come with a mirror. As you can see, I've not even taken the film out so that it doesn't reflect. This appears to be super deep, so I really am interested to see how it would blend on my skin, since it is catered towards deeper skin tone and I call myself as a medium tan skin tone. So let's see how that rolls. For the blushes, I picked out 2 shades, and the first one is called Millions of Peaches, which is defined as a neutral warm tone apricot shade with a dewy finish. The other shade that I picked out, I'm super excited about this, and this is called Velvet Tiger, which is defined as a dusty rose with a dewy finish. It's a beautiful, like a neutral rose tone blush. Super excited about that. And I also picked out the highlighter, which also comes in this pink packaging. And this shade is called Sugar Cookie, which is defined as a dewy luminizer with a glossy finish. So I really feel that this is just gonna be like a gloss balm kind of a shade, similar to the Tower 28 gloss balm. I don't think it would have a shade, but we'll swatch it out together and we'll find out how it performs on my skin. They have a good range of product in their website, I would say. In the bronzers, they do have 5 that I can see, starting with a very light bronzer for light, fair skin tones, and going up till like deep dark skin tones too. I think the shade range is absolutely lovely. Highlighter only comes in one shade, which is Sugar Cookie. And for the blushes, they do have 8 blushes in their category. I think it's a good range of blushes. They do have like orange blushes, they have nude blushes, they have rosy tone blushes, they have hot pink blushes. They have a lot in their category, and I would say the prices were very, very nicely priced, and they do have bundles also. So I picked out actually one bundle and then one contour shade and another blush, because yeah, you know, this girl is crazy about blushes. So let me just read it out to you. So the bundle includes one highlighter, one blush and one bronzer, and that retails at $22. Individually, the bronzer retails at $9 and the blush retails at $8. So super nice. All these 5 products, for me, it was $39. And then I had a discount code on top of that, so it came out to be like $34. So super nicely priced, I would say. So let's now begin. I'm going to start off with the shade which is called Coolness, which is more of that cool tone shade for my contour. They say their products are alcohol-free, paraben-free, vegan, sulfate-free, cruelty-free. They include only minimal ingredients. They are silicone-free, they're mineral oil-free, and they are fragrance-free, which is amazing. I would say this is almost like a clean makeup. So they say our candy paint bronzers are buildable, blendable, and distributes just the right amount of color. These cream bronzers apply with ease by dabbing directly into the skin. Blend by lightly tapping out with your fingers. No precision required. More dense the brush, the more concentrated the product will be upon the application. This formula also has vitamin E, leaving your skin flushed and glowing, which is absolutely wonderful. So let's just try this out. I'm going to start with this Coolness. Okay, let's just first swatch and see. Oh wow, okay. It's not that emollient, but you can see the shade difference. Can you see that? And this is the shade Coolness, which is more of the cool toned bronzer. Let me just swatch it for you guys. It is definitely cool toned. Definitely, but blends super nicely, as you can see. So let me just build it up so that I can show you the swatches. I can see the dewy finish also coming through. We'll see if it sets down to a matte finish or not. But so far so good. I can see the blendability that is happening, which excites me. Now let's test out the other bronzer, and then I'll put everything together on the face. So this is the shade which is called North Shore, which is more of the deeper shade, deeper warm tone shade. So let's see. Oh, I can see the warm tone coming through. So it definitely has like more of a red base. Can you see that? Scared about that. Not scared when I'm like swatching it. I'll show it to you guys. So that's how North Shore is. You can see the difference. This is Coolness and this is North Shore. I just need to see if it does blend on my skin or not. Okay, let's move on to the blushes. So this is Millions of Peaches, which is more of that apricot shade. Ooh. I would say it's more of a pink than apricot. At least what I can see. It's like more of a peachy pink, I would say. But super blendable again, for sure. Now let's go to the next shade, which is called Velvet Tiger. Super excited about this, as this is like totally up my alley, I would say. Look at that. Oh wow, super excited about that. So that is Velvet Tiger. And finally, let's swatch the highlighter, which is in the shade Sugar Cookie. It's more like a highlighter balm. There's no shade coming on my fingers. Yeah, it is a balm. We'll see how this goes. I don't think I would be a fan of this. Not the highlighter for sure. I think it has some kind of a base, but not really. Can you see that? It's glossy, but it does have like some kind of a pinky reflection pearl happening. But these are the swatches of all the 5 products. So again, this is Coolness, North Shore, Millions of Peaches, Velvet Tiger, and Sugar Cookie. Nice memory, Smithy. Okay, now let's start. I'm going to do one on this side, one on this side, and then even it out so that you guys can see exactly the color that's happening. So let's start off with coolness. I'm just going to take it on my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. So I have a lot of things happening here. So yeah, don't mind that. It's definitely a cool tone. You can definitely see the shadow coming through. So if you guys want to like sculpt your cheeks, it's definitely more on that gray tone. So you will see that shadow coming and like sculpting your cheek. I'm going to apply. So this is with the brush. It definitely did blend out very nicely. I'm going to do it with the fingers and see if it's going to mess up the foundation underneath or not. I like the shade for sure, especially for contour. If you are more of like a fair skin toned, I would stay away from this because it's more of like a gray, true cool tone shade, I would say. But it is like really blendable. So I don't see that it would be like patchy or anything on you too. But I think medium skin tones would be the right ones to try this. I don't think anyone can go like overboard on this. At least not my skin tone. At least I don't feel the same when I'm applying it to my skin. Now let's move on to the other shade, which is North Shore. Okay, so let's take North Shore. Oh man, that's super pigmented. I'm a little afraid, so I'm gonna dab it on the back of my hand. And this is a, deeper shade. So I need to be careful. You can immediately see that bronzing up my face. And it definitely does have that warm undertone. So I can see that red undertone peeking through. I feel like something is patching up together. Let me see. I really hope that you guys can see. So this side has North Shore on it, which is more of that bronzy toned bronzer, I would say. And this is Coolness, which is more of that cool tone, medium skin tone bronzer. I'm going to even out my complexion because I'm looking hideous. I know that. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of bronzer. Now, another thing that I am seeing is that I really feel that this product is best when you are dabbing the product and not rubbing it. So what I mean by that, I'll show it to you. This side, I'm just dabbing it. I'm not going like buffing in like circular motions. And I'll show you what will happen when you like rub it. Because I feel when you're rubbing it, it's picking up and it's mixing up with the foundation underneath and it's breaking the product. So I'm going to do the same thing on my jaw to sculpt it a little bit. It's super blendable, so I'm not afraid of that at all. It's blending beautifully on my skin. I will also take it on my nose and I'll show you, even when it is like such a deep bronzer, it's blending out beautifully. Can you see that? Just blended so nicely on the skin. That's amazing. Now, let me show you close up of what's happening. So let me come really close. This area where you see, it's a little patched up together, and that's because I was like going in like circular motions here. But this side, it's not patchy because I was dabbing it. I really hope that you guys can see that. This side is a lot more patchy and this is super smooth. So I would say definitely dab this product rather than rolling it. So I'm just gonna take my foundation brush that I used prior and I'm just gonna go over it so that there's no patchy shades happening here on my skin. Yeah, much better. And then I'm gonna take that same Coolness shade that we applied on this side and I'll just apply it right underneath this cheekbone so that it's even. And you can definitely build it and blend it with your fingers too. And that's what we're going to do for our highlighter next. Let's start off with the highlighter and in the shade Sugar Cookie. Let's see how that rolls. I'm going to just apply here. Definitely a balm. So if you guys do not like a tacky product on your face, you're not going to like this. But if you do not mind that stick and you like just the glossiness without that shimmer happening, you will like it. I like the effect that is giving on the cheeks. But what I would do, most probably, I'll see how it goes towards the end of the video, and I might powder one side of the face just to see how it performs when the powder hits the face on top of that. But otherwise, super blendable. See, even with my fingers, it's super blending and it's not picking up the product underneath. Can you see that shine? I really hope you can see that. I'm going to put a little bit on top of the nose too. Because it's super blendable, I mean, you will not see a stark line of highlighter on your face. You will just see a gloss, which I really like. But it's definitely less glossier than the Tower 28. But it is tacky for sure, similar to that. Now let's move on to the blushes, because I really cannot wait any longer. So I'm going to apply one on each cheek. Let's start off with Millions of Peaches. I'm going to take my e.l.f. small stippling brush. A lot of shade comes on, so I'm just going to dab off the excess on the hand and then start dabbing. Beautiful shade. If you like peachy pink shades, especially on your skin tone, I think you will absolutely love it. I actually think it's a pretty universal blush. Even though it's like a peachy pink, I definitely can see like lighter skin tones enjoying this, even deeper skin tones enjoying this. I love it. I'm generally a blush person, so you can see that. Now let's move on to Velvet Tiger, which I'm super excited about. And this is that rosy toned blush. Let's apply that with my e.l.f. Putty Blush Brush. I'm going to take that. Again, it comes off very nicely. Dab off the excess. Oh my god, that shade is stunning. I know I'm going to get use out of this blush a lot. I'm going to do comparisons with these blushes with the cream products that I have in my collection, because I do have a lot, just to show you what is like the closest comparisons that I have in my collection. This is Millions of Peaches, which is more like a poppy peachy pink, I would say. Very fresh looking, absolutely beautiful for like spring and summer. And this is Velvet Tiger. It's more subdued and very nudie, rosy toned blush. I think for everyday use, this would be lovely. I'm just going to even out my skin tone by applying Velvet Tiger here. And little Millions of Peaches on the other side. So that's how everything is looking so far. They also say that you can apply the same thing. It's a cheek and a lip tint. So we're going to apply that and see how it applies on our lips. Let's apply Velvet Tiger on the lips. I'm going to take a small lip brush. I would say it's super nice on the lips too. I specifically love the shade Velvet Tiger. If I have to recommend my top two, I would definitely recommend Velvet Tiger and North Shore. Even though North Shore is deep for my skin tone, I think it's super blendable and it would give like that bronzy effect on the skin, specifically for medium skin tones. So these two are my personal favorites, I would say. So you can definitely buy it in a bundle, taking Velvet Tiger, North Shore and their highlighter if you like that balmy effect, or you can buy it separately. So that's my final thought. Let's see how the powder applies on top of the cream products. So I'm just going to take my Flower Beauty powder that I applied before and I'm just going to set my face. So I totally can see a difference. As soon as I put the powder on top of my skin, the glossiness from the gloss balm will go away. I mean, you can still see a shine, but it is very, very less as compared to on this side, if you can see. So if you like more of a glossy finish, I would say just leave it like that. Or if you like more of a soft matte finish, which I would do because I have a lot of people visiting my face. So I would prefer a soft matte finish rather than reflecting it all throughout my face, specifically right now when I have a lot of breakouts happening. So that's all, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's review and you liked this products. I would definitely check out their brand, especially because they're so affordable, they're so blendable. If there are shades that speaks to you, definitely give it a try. I think it's an indie brand, it's a small brand. It's definitely lovely to support small brands, especially in these times when they really need it. So I would highly recommend them. If you have any questions regarding these products, definitely do leave it down in the comment section below. But otherwise, I think the product's quality is really nice. Now let's move on to the comparison shades. These are the similar dupes that I found. So again, this is Half Caked Velvet Tiger. This is Power Hour from Tower 28 Cream Blush. This is Half Caked Millions of Peaches. This is Fenty Beauty's Strawberry Drip. This is North Shore from Half Caked. This is Coolness from Half Caked. This is Wet n Wild Cream Bronzer in the shade Call Me Maple. This is Fenty Beauty's Cream Bronzer in the shade Teddy. This is Soul Face and Body Cream Bronzer in the shade Dark. So these are my top dupes that I could find in my collection. I'll give you a close-up. I really hope those comparisons were really helpful. I really feel very nice about the comparisons that we have found out, so that if you guys were eyeing one, you do not have to get the other one, or if you have already one, you don't need the other one. If you found this review helpful, please do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!